Well, today was the first of two mayoral debates John Tory has agreed to, facing off against four of his competitors in a roundtable discussion. As expected, the incumbent here at City Hall has been criticized for leaving it until this point and found himself on the defensive.
I'm putting my experience to work to make sure that Toronto comes back stronger than ever.
That was the message John Tory wanted to try and convey from the start, but quickly heard from others about all that wasn't happening on his watch.
In the last 8 years, the city has become less affordable, less equitable, less sustainable, and we need to change.
Tory tried to defend his record and spoke about the efforts to get affordable housing and transit built. His main competitor, Gil Penalosa, however, made a point of bringing up crumbling infrastructure in the city today, taking direct aim at the two-term mayor.
When we see the parks that they don't even open the water fountains, half of them were not open in June. By the way, the mayor didn't know that until after 8 years as mayor. Maybe it's time that we have a mayor that actually walks or takes public transit or uses public parks as a normal part of their leisurely life.
I'm not satisfied with our performance. Let's remember, we did go through an awful pandemic where it made it much more difficult for some of the people to do their jobs, and you're seeing some of the consequences we're now. And when I talk about recovering Toronto, part of it is to recover people back to doing their jobs the way they did them before. We have to do better on some of the things that have been mentioned, and we will do better. We can do better, and we will do better.
An admission from Tory of sorts, which gave other candidates an opportunity to pile on when speaking about potholes as an example.
And I think actually we have a pretty good record of getting out and filling them. 180,000 so far this year. So far this year.
And that's the problem. You're relying on residents to tell you to do your job. Meanwhile, you're the leader and you should be setting visions and a plan for us to co-opt onto.
We need to know, why isn't it happening? If we have people who are saying they want things to happen, why isn't it? Why aren't we getting the potholes filled? And so I think that the city is really trying to do too much. If we can't do our job, let's do it more easily.
You guys are more concerned with debating about changing a street name and how much you spend on waterfront umbrellas rather than looking at these local issues.
The newly established strong mayor powers and the relationship with the province was also a point of contention.
Everything has to be in agreement with Doug Ford, or you will not get that. I will work with city council, I will work with the citizens, and I don't think this is about mayoral power. It's about vision and action. You can always do better in the operation of any city. Any big city is going to be full of complex problems. That's why we need to have a mayor and why we need to have a council and a public service.
But
I will say to you,
I'm
like this kind of hopeful, this hopeless, kind of pessimistic view of the city. I'm hopeful about Toronto.
Some inside baseball while speaking with the media afterward. Gil Penalosa suggesting that some of the city's top bureaucrats need to be replaced as a result of the issues pointed out, and they also need to better represent the city's diversity. Tory, on the other hand, defended the city's efforts to hire more people from different communities. The next debate is Monday. It will be hosted by the Toronto Region Board of Trade.